right, I'm at the airport about 20 minutes from when the eclipse is not going to happen here because it's overcast, cloudy, and raining. But this is the art car from Trinidad, Colorado, from Art Cartopia. And I've seen it out there twice, actually. And then the place shut down. I think it was run by some guy named Pat Patrick or something, but he had to shut it down. They just ran out of funding. But yeah, so they've got the Freddie Mercury. It's really cool. There's a lot of references to the songs, like the Fat Bottom Girls and I Can Ride My Bicycle, and Bohemian Rhapsody, and some other things on here. So you have to really look to kind of get the references. But yeah, I've seen this. So this is like the third time I've seen this. That's awesome. Aw, I'm glad that they brought it down here. But yeah, it was out in Trinidad. All right, I'm through TSA for the first time in a long time. They had to put my bag in twice. There's a Houston mural. Nobody here cares about an eclipse. So everyone's rushing to get to their flights. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, if I go over here, this is the Breakfast Club, although it's like 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm just gonna see if I can see anything. I don't think we're gonna go pitch black or anything like that. And I probably should get something to eat just so I can sit here. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna go dark. There's Delta. Am I in the right? Yeah, I'm in the right terminal. I'm like, wait, there's other airlines that I don't fly. Okay. All right, let me maybe get a cup of tea or something. All right, and just to let you know, I was second to check in on the flight going to New Orleans, and then I was fourth to check in, even though I did it right away. So I did not meet my goal of being first. It's like this stupid ego boost. But yeah, so second and fourth, but I do need to change this seat because I have a window seat and I don't want a window seat. Even though I need to sleep, I'd rather be able to get out right away when we land. I don't want to be stuck like in the row. You know, she always get that one person's like, I'm just gonna sit until everyone leaves. I'm like, lady, I'm in row 3. You need to move so I can get out.
Your boarding zone has not been called. Please enter the boarding lanes. At this time, we're currently boarding our pre-boarders and zone 1 passengers only.
All right, so I'm in the terminal. I've been here for a couple hours. We're delayed by like 2 hours, 3 hours. So we're gonna board about 6:09. It's actually, yeah, just a 2-hour delay. I'm still having a 4.5-hour layover in New Orleans, which is fine, so I have a less layover. There's the pilot. And yeah, so I upgraded to the big comfy seat for $20 extra on the flight, the 1-hour flight to New Orleans, which is fine. I need to like stretch my legs. And then I have an aisle seat that I switched for from 14A, which is window, which would be bad when I need to sleep, but I need to also get up and use the restroom. And then the other one was 11, I think I'm on 11C. So yeah, so I managed to get them to change my my flight, or my seat rather, so that I can have an aisle, because I can sleep in an aisle better. It's also a little cooler than sleeping by the window. Yeah, so anyway, that's it. So I should be still into Vegas about midnight, and hopefully I can just sleep in the van in the parking lot at the Hampton Inn. I'll just ask them, I'm like, look, I just need a couple hours sleep so that I can get on the road. So they should be fine. If not, I can just move my van around the corner and just park on the road. But bike is still inside. I'll deal with that later. And then yeah, tomorrow morning, hightailing it to St. George, through St. George to I think Pipe Springs Monument, and then heading on to Kanab, getting ready for the wave on Wednesday. So I can't believe I'm pulling this off. How wonderful. It was good being home for a few days, but I am glad to get back on the road to finish off the last, I think, 4 weeks of the trip, so that at the end of April I'll be back in Houston again, around the beginning of May probably. I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I need to be home definitely the last 3 weeks of May, going into the first 2 weeks of June. All right, we're on the plane and I am in 2C, so I have a big comfy seat. I want to sleep for an hour and then I'm gonna wake up and then I'll be in New Orleans for less than an hour before my next flight boards. So tight connection, but luckily the gate I get into is C14 and the gate I go out of is C15. So
Is that equipped with Wi-Fi? If you need to download something to entertain yourself during today's flight, now will be the time to do so. Once the boarding door is closed, you will be required to turn your phones off in airplane mode for the duration of the flight. Thank you.
All All right, I've made it to New Orleans, and I haven't been at this airport since 2016 when I came out here the weekend that I lost my entire home in a flood. I would like to not, well actually no, this is fine. I just have to go to C-15, Las Vegas. Okay, let me see if I can get a better seat, if I can get a comfy seat so I can sleep the whole time, even though they don't recline and you can't really put your head in a decent angle. So, right, so I just came out of C-14 and I'm heading on to C-15. It's so funny, the flight I just took, immediately they're boarding to go back to Houston. I guess they're just doing puddle jumping. So here's a nice cafe. This is cute. This is very New Orleans. You've got seafood, you've got po' boys, and coffee and bar. So I'm gonna board in about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, 9:08, yeah, 45 minutes. So I'm going to, I'm not really hungry. I'm never really hungry. I don't eat a lot, to be honest, but I would like some, I would like a cappuccino or something like that isn't coffee. These look good. Yeah, you're in New Orleans when they've got really good bread and French bread and croissants. Muffaladas, they don't have those here. If you ever had one, I've had one. Here's a picture of it. They've got Creole soup, crab bisque, chicken andouille, seafood gumbo, Caesar salad, bread pudding with bourbon whiskey sauce, and pastries, croissants. Yeah. So this is like your typical Cajun New Orleans food. You've got gumbo, you've got, I can't pronounce it, it's like entoué. What's it? Oh, etouffee. Crawfish etouffee. I'm terrible. My French is horrible and my Cajun French is worse. Actually, I've got about 20 minutes, so the restroom's right there. I'm gonna go up here and there's a Starbucks. That guy has Starbucks. Starbucks. So, which I'm like, I really don't like it, but it's the only place that I can get something I actually will enjoy drinking, even though it's way overpriced. So it is a treat, but it's a treat that I get more often than I should be treated. Anyway, self-care. Yeah, let me get, should I get a hot drink? There's food, there's Chili's to go, lots of bars. In the Trader Joe's in, New Mexico, you can actually buy alcohol, like hard liquor. I don't know about New Orleans. I think the drinking age was like 19 at one point. United Lounge. Okay, so let me go to Starbucks and get I'll get a Frappuccino. I just want some sugar. And then there's a little, I got a 3-hour flight, but I want to sleep. Okay, so what I was trying to say was that I came here in 2016 with my friend who had a friend that wanted to invest in my Mommy and Me yoga studio that I wanted to open across the street from my apartment in Spring, which is just north of Houston, which then proceeded to flood the day after we came back from there. And actually our flight was canceled and we ended up renting the only lost rental car to fly through the eye of the storm all the way through Baton Rouge back to Houston, where I got in at midnight, picked up Harriet from her dad, and the next morning my entire house filled up with water, flooded, and we evacuated and I lost my home. But I did get to go to the New Orleans Saints game, and the woman was kind of like, she worked with them, like she was associated with them in some way, but she wanted to do kind of like a wine country thing in like Johnson City or Fredericksburg, and the idea was that I could send out moms that didn't want to be home all weekend. They'd go out for like a mommy only weekend with their girlfriends, do yoga and kind of partner with that. It was really great. I had a whole business plan and everything, but my house washed away. So I kind of had to deal with that. So that said, this is a nice airport, nice dysfunctional seats. So what they do is they put these cup holders so you can't actually lay with your legs, which is just total BS. So this is like dysfunctional furniture. It's created a certain way. And actually, yeah, I flew through, actually I've been through New Orleans because when I went to my cruise in 2018, I flew through New Orleans. We had like an all-nighter and then went to the airport at like 4 a.m., slept for like an hour on this even more dysfunctional furniture, and then headed on to Fort Lauderdale before I got on my 40th birthday cruise to the Caribbean. And that was basically the epitome of dysfunctional furniture. There were actually holes in the couch to make sure that your butt would fall through. But yeah, so this is making sure, that's why no one's sitting here. So like I cannot lay my leg sideways. This one is fine. There's a few like with the disabled seating that doesn't have a cup holder, and those are fine. But otherwise it's total BS. So, okay, there's my drink. So I've actually been through New Orleans a couple times in the van. There's a bunch of different episodes on that. Like I went to the place where they have the, the floats, the big warehouse where they have all the Mardi Gras floats. And I went to a couple natural areas in the area. And where else did I go? Rode my bike through the French Quarter, got beignets, which are very messy to eat when you're on your bike. And then I boondocked at the Walmart that was near New Orleans, in New Orleans, but like a little bit further out. So yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go use the restroom and then I will board. So there's no one in here right now, but these are the nicest toilets ever. They're so nice. Okay, all right, let me go. Okay, that was a whole 30 minutes on the ground and we're now on the jet bridge. Yay! Okay, so it begins. It's happening. Incoming. All right, I'm in 5C, so this will be an easy flight. Hello. Okay, so hopefully there'll be someone here soon and then I can go back to bed. That was the worst set of flights I've ever been on. This woman behind me, she was just being all pushy, shovey, like shoving everyone, and she was yelling because we were letting everyone in the front rows go before us, obviously, and we were telling her we're being courteous, and she was getting rude and everything, and I'm like, ma'am, you need to let the rows in front of me go first. It's kind of how it works. So anyway, but yeah, that was horrible. And then there's one woman in the very front row, and the flight attendant just would not stop talking for 3.5 hours, and all the people behind me were like, can someone tell that woman to shut up? So we were all trying to sleep. It was like I was like 6 rows back and we could still non-stop for 3.5 hours. I talk a lot, but you know, when I'm on a plane I shut my mouth, believe it or not, so I don't talk to it, and you know, don't make any noise on the plane. Oh god, what a nightmare. So glad I'm out of there. That was a long day. Left for the airport at noon. It is now midnight. It's a 12-hour day to take a 2.5-hour flight, which ended up being a humongous amount of time. 5.5 hours and one layover and 4-hour delay. So lo and behold, I was on the wrong shuttle. So in we go to a future tiny home. All right. Oh, it's warm in here. Why is the heat on? It's not cold. You have no idea how happy I am to see Prudence. And then I asked the hotel if I could just sleep in my van tonight, and she's like, yeah, if you want to. I was like, thank you, because I need to drive like 6 hours tomorrow, and it's already 12:30 a.m. I am here. These rooms are nice, but they're fully booked, which I can understand because these are the nicest people. This hotel, the Hampton Inn and Suites on Southeastern Boulevard, about 1.5 miles from Las Vegas, right near a 7-Eleven. Oh, I could use like a gas station chai right now. No, I can't. I gotta go to bed. Anyway, I gotta go in the back. Oh, I should use the restroom. My toilet's full. Okay, let me figure out how to get in, and then because everything's locked up. And okay, cool. Let me go back and use the restroom, and then yeah, I'll tell you something. These people, they're the nicest people on the entire planet. Of all the 3-star hotels that I've ever stayed at or interacted with, they're all really nice. And that said, I'm gonna go back and use the loo and then go to bed. But yeah, I have to tell you, the woman on the plane, she was like shoving all her bags down in the aisle, like in front of people that were trying to get out, and then she was yelling at everybody. I'm like, lady, I know it's Spirit, I know this is like taking a public bus, but really chill out. I mean, come on, let everybody out first that's in front of you. Okay, so this is what I'm working with. I'm in the van. I'm going to stay the night. Well, it's midnight and 30, so I'll sleep for about 6 hours, get up about 6:30, get out of here by 7. There's my bike hanging from the ceiling. There's my Japanese blanket. There's some more Beatles stuff. There's my pillows, and there's my curtain. And then over here is my wall of places that I've been. So the 52 national parks, 51 in the lower 48, approximate sleepy clouds. I think I have a few more that I can put on for this last, 2 weeks and so on. And then just some other stuff. So, all right, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. And there's more Beatles stuff down here too. I need more. I need to like scope out Beatles love again and get more stuff. But the brick is happily in its home over there, right by my contact solution. And then I need to just, all the stuff in the front I dumped in the back here. So tomorrow morning, before I get on the road, I need to put everything back in its place. I just didn't want a whole bunch of stuff on the front seats while I was gone. But yeah, the Hampton Inn and Suites on Southeastern Avenue, $7 a day, airport parking, free shuttle, free coffee. free breakfast. If you want to stay in the hotel, you can. They're super, super nice. Like, seriously, like the nicest people I've encountered, except for friends, in the last, couple months. And yeah, then they're letting me sleep in my van tonight. She was like, yeah, I mean, if you really want to sleep in your van, you can. I said, look, I just need a couple more hours sleep so I can get on the road tomorrow. And she's like, sure, because I'm pretty sure it happens all the time. People, there's a bunch of other campers in here. So, okay, well, let me go to sleep here under my blanket, even though it's quite warm. I always use my Japanese blanket because it's a gravity blanket, and this is like, it's actually quite ugly. That's what it looks like on the other side. But it's my futon blanket from like 24 years ago, and I've had this thing with me everywhere that I've been, and it's just the best blanket in the world. So, okay, good night, and hopefully tomorrow sometime I can get the bike out of I can get the bike out of the van tomorrow. I might just leave it in. I'm not riding it for a few weeks, but I do need, the surface space. So, okay, go to bed, Jenny. Go to bed. Okay. Yeah, where's my bedtime story and nightcap? Huh? Downside to solo travel, you have no one to tuck you in at night. It's okay. I'll tuck myself in. I'm a big girl. All right. We'll see you in the morning, wherever I'm going. Let's see. I'm stopping off at Pipe Springs National Monument and doing that in the morning. I think it opens like at 8 or 9. And then heading toward Kanab and hopefully doing an afternoon hike. And then I have a telehealth with the VA at 1, which would be 11 this time here. We're 2 hours behind Houston, so I'll be 11. And then I have a call with Harriet at 5 Utah time. Actually, no, Utah I think is, I don't know if I'm 2 hours behind. Yeah, I think I'm 2 hours behind. So Utah is 2 hours behind. So I have a Zoom with Harriet at 5 p.m. my time in Utah, which would be 7 p.m. Texas. But I forgot I don't know why I was so off yesterday. I forgot to throw 2 bananas away, so they're going to be nice and brown when I get back in 2 weeks. And then I forgot my mobile router, like my mobile hotspot, which is fine. I can just use my phones. I have multiple phones in my iPad, so or a Starbucks or something. I should be fine. I don't really need Wi-Fi much on this leg of the trip, and I'll be close enough to Page where they have a Starbucks. But I was like, God, how did I forget it? And I don't think I forgot anything else. Everything else I packed, but I was just so busy yesterday getting the nonprofit started, and then going to Micro Center to get the the external hard drive, and then I guess I just forgot to pick up the little case that has my mobile hotspot. But it's fine. I'll live. Okay, maybe being off grid is good for 2 weeks. I'm caught up on videos, and all I'll be doing is filming footage, and then when I get home in 2 weeks, I'll make the other, whatever 16 videos that I'll have. Okay, good night. Good night. Good morning from the Hampton Inn and Suites on Southeastern Avenue. I slept really well last night. Could always use more sleep. Anyway, good morning, Freddie. And yeah, so let's go meet the day. I'm going to drive to Pipe Springs National Monument. I'll be there about 9:30. So I'll go check it out, and then I'll head over to Kanab. I'm not going to have time to, I can try to go to the visitor center today, even though orientation is 8:30 to 9:30. I'm sure I could go over there and ask questions. They do have the daily lottery. So you have to be geo-fenced. So you have to be in certain geographic areas on your phone or computer in order to get the daily lottery for the wave. I'm not sure. There's 65 permits a day. I'm not sure if that's 65 people total, or if it's like 65 people like me, get it, first try. Haha, yay me. I'm like the worst travel research. I'm like, oh, it's so easy. It's actually not very easy. Most people try over and over again to get it. But I don't know if they have additional to 65 or if it's just 65 total. Either way, I'm going to get there super early tomorrow morning. I hope I don't have any obnoxious people around me. It's like I wait all that time. Like I went on this safari in Africa and waited all this time, and there were a bunch of these millennial selfie stick loud, girls that were like, oh my God, elephants. And then just scared everything away. I didn't see anything. Didn't see any animals. I was like, thanks. I actually told them, I said, like you guys need to have respect for people that fly to the other side of the planet to come experience this, and you have to ruin it by being loud. So I'm like not dealing with loud people this week. But between the woman on the plane that like, oh my God, her and the flight attendant, I don't know if they knew each other, but literally everyone around me was like, they literally are just, they were so loud and so catty And, you know, we're all trying to sleep. We're like, you know, we get in at midnight and everyone's trying to sleep, and everyone was just kind of whispering, like, can someone please, like, ask her to use her inside airplane voice? I don't know. It's just rude. It's like, just gauge the room. Just be aware that you're not an island. You're like, you're not special in that you have to be the loudest person in the room. Like, have respect for people at the time of day, that kind of thing. When I'm on an airplane, I don't talk to anyone. I mind my own business, and I usually sleep. I usually sleep the entire time. So, but even when I travel with Harriet, like, we don't bother anyone. When she was a baby, just gave her a boob, you know, when, you know, she, you know, was fussy, I just stick her on my boob and she's happy. So anyway, okay, but it's a beautiful day. It is 54 degrees. It's starting to warm up here in Vegas. Weird being here when it's like warmer than anywhere else I've been in the last 2 weeks except Houston. And I'm just ready to go. So yeah, let's go meet the day and let's go back to Utah. Let's go back to what is it? I'm sick of this, you know, summa cum laude honor roll gas prices. Like, I don't need no 4.0 gas prices. I would like some academic probation gas prices, like, you know, 2.1 on probation, can't play basketball, you know, college application on hold. I want those gas prices, please. Give me those gas prices. None of this, you know, $4.75 bullshit. But luckily I have enough. I've got 247 miles on my gas tank right down there. Battery is good, and van is as packed up as I can get it. So I will try to get the bike out. I would like to just put the bike on the back. And when I come back to Vegas in 2 weeks, I probably would have somewhere else to park the van, actually. I'm hoping I get some driveway privileges. That would be great. And then eventually I've got to get to Albuquerque and go get my other mountain bike. And then downhill mountain bike season starts in May. So I'm contemplating whether I get Angel Fire downhill mountain bike pass, or if I, you know, I'm able to go spend, you know, 2 weeks or so in Big Sky, Montana, or find some other place. But I would definitely love to just be mountain biking all day for 2 weeks like I did last time, and it was so easy. And yeah, but anyway, more on that later. You can check out those videos from a year ago. Can't believe it's been a year. Can't believe it's been a year since my hand surgery. It's like everything's coming back around again. So let me go meet the day. Thank you, Hampton Inn. I may be back in 2 weeks to park here again for $7 a day, and they didn't even charge me for the extra day, and they let me sleep. There was the you are trespassing and we are filming you, please leave the premises. That went off twice, once in the middle of the night and once this morning. And so I know there's a camera over there. I don't know who was trespassing, but it wasn't me. So I was like, I got up and I was feeling guilty. I was like, I didn't do it. I wasn't the second gunman on the grassy knoll, officer. So just be aware. But other than that, I mean, no road noise, nothing, just super quiet. And there we go. So now I'm going to move her after 6 days. So let's go drive 190 miles to Pipe Springs.